Who's behind these GTA 6 leaks? Let's be real. Every week there's a new GTA 6 leak floating around online, and most of them are pure nonsense. But this one, it's a little different. It comes from GameRoll, a known figure in the GTA community, and it includes details that were actually confirmed before Rockstar made them public. That alone makes it worth paying attention to. So here's the setup. Someone close to GameRoll apparently knows a developer at Rockstar. Yeah, we're talking about third or fourth-hand info here. But this source correctly leaked the main characters' names, Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos, before anyone else knew. That accuracy gives this leak a little more weight than the usual "my uncle works at Rockstar" type of claim. But even with that credibility, there's still a lot of unknowns. GameRoll himself admits some of this could be off. Not because the source is lying, but because even Rockstar employees aren't always looped in on the full picture. Rockstar is infamous for its tight-lipped, need-to-know culture. Teams work in silos, features get changed or cut without warning, and sometimes even devs don't know if what they're building will make it into the final release. So no, we're not saying this is 100% confirmed. But the details we're about to break down are interesting, possible, and in some cases, very believable. And a few of them could tell us more about what Rockstar's planning than they probably want us to know. So let's dive in, starting with some major clues about the open world itself. Massive open world, fully explorable malls and skyscrapers. One of the juiciest parts of the leak is what Rockstar's cooking up with the world itself. According to the source, GTA 6 won't just look bigger, it'll feel bigger. We're talking fully explorable malls, complete with elevators that take you floor by floor. Not just set pieces, actual buildings you can roam, loot, hide in, or just explore for fun. And it doesn't stop there. The leak claims over 700 shops and locations are enterable. That number sounds insane at first, like, no way levels of insane. But dig deeper, and it starts to make sense. This doesn't just mean clothing stores and gun shops. It includes everything from vending machines and barber shops to strip clubs and gas stations. Any place where your character can interact, spend money, or trigger an event counts. It's not about giant Walmart-style buildings on every corner. It's about immersion. Walking into a bodega to grab a beer, ducking into a pawn shop during a chase, stumbling into a sketchy back room in a strip mall. If this leak holds, GTA 6 might finally make its world feel alive from the inside out, something GTA 5, as massive as it was, never fully nailed. And if Rockstar really pulls it off, this won't just be the most detailed GTA map ever made. It could set a new standard for open-world games. But scale alone isn't enough. Let's talk about how we'll actually play the game, and the wild new character mechanics Rockstar might be hiding. Character selection and dynamic gameplay mechanics. GTA 6 isn't just aiming to give us a bigger world, it wants to change how we experience it. According to the leak, Rockstar is shaking up character control in a way we haven't seen before. Instead of just flipping between protagonists like in GTA 5, the new system might offer 3 options: play solely as Jason, solely as Lucia, or select both and run missions together. Imagine getting in a getaway car with both leads, pulling off synchronized heists or coordinating attacks. It opens up endless dynamic gameplay possibilities, but it doesn't stop there. The leak also claims weapon carrying is limited, Red Dead Redemption 2 style. That means no more running around with a rocket launcher, 5 rifles, and a sniper stuffed into your character's pocket. Instead, you'll keep your extra firepower in your car's trunk. Want that heavy artillery? You'll have to plan ahead and load up first. It's a small tweak, but it adds tension and realism in a big way. And speaking of realism, Rockstar's attention to detail is reportedly kicking up a notch. NPCs now react if you're just casually walking around with a gun in your hand. According to the leak, Jason and Lucia, these changes, if real, suggest Rockstar's going for something more refined, more cinematic, and way more immersive. But things are about to get even more personal, because Jason and Lucia aren't just criminals. One of them apparently has a pet, and the other, a very questionable ankle accessory. Pets, ankle monitors, and special abilities. You probably didn't expect Pet Iguana to show up in a GTA 6 leak, but here we are. According to the source, Jason has a pet iguana at home that you can feed, interact with, and maybe even customize. It sounds bizarre until you realize this actually checks out. The iguana briefly appeared outside Jason's house in the second trailer, and it was wearing what looked like a little outfit. Only Rockstar would drop a detail that random. And now, it might have a purpose. But Lucia's got something a bit more serious. That ankle monitor we all saw in the trailer? Turns out it's not some restrictive gameplay mechanic. Leakers originally assumed it would limit where you could go early in the story, like a built-in map boundary. But the new info says it's just part of the intro storyline and gets removed quickly. So all the wild speculation about it being a house arrest system? Completely off the mark. It's more of a character backstory piece than a gameplay feature. Now, this is where it gets spicy. Both Jason and Lucia have their own special abilities. Think GTA 5's character powers, but this time influenced by Red Dead's Deadeye system. Jason's ability is classic slow-motion combat, letting him target multiple weak points with deadly precision. Lucia's is a bit more aggressive, a slow-mo mode that lines up one brutal, high-damage shot. She's not about finesse, she's about impact. These powers aren't just flashy, they fit. They reflect who these characters are and how they operate in the world. If Rockstar really leans into these mechanics, it could make choosing between Jason, Lucia, or both feel more strategic and story-driven than ever before. But not everything made it into the game. Some features players were hyped for have reportedly been cut, and some of those decisions are raising eyebrows. Cut features and unlikely returns. As hyped as the leaks are, they also come with a harsh dose of reality. Some fan-requested features didn't survive development, and if the leaker is right, a few of these cuts are going to disappoint a lot of players. First up, going prone. Remember the leaked gameplay clips from 2022? They showed characters crawling, sneaking around, looking like stealth was finally getting an upgrade. Well, apparently that's been scrapped. Whether it was technical limitations or gameplay balance, the feature was supposedly removed during development, and it's a shame. Imagine sneaking through swampy backroads or crawling through dense brush in Vice City. Gone. Next, dual-wielding. Red Dead Redemption 2 made it look badass, and players assumed GTA 6 would carry it forward. But according to the leak, it's out. And honestly, it kinda makes sense. In the modern-day setting, walking into a gunfight with a pistol in each hand feels less gritty, more cartoonish. Still, it's one less combat mechanic to experiment with. And then there's the Disney World parody rumor, completely debunked. Fans were hoping for a satirical take on theme parks, maybe even a twisted fairyland or abandoned amusement park. But Rockstar reportedly didn't want to deal with the legal tightrope or the weird narrative implications of putting kids in the world. They dodged the risk entirely, and that's probably the smart play. Other cut content includes burglary minigames, which fans of GTA San Andreas were begging for. Supposedly, Rockstar dropped the idea midway through development, likely to streamline the experience and avoid bloat. And while it stings, it might also hint that Rockstar is prioritizing polish over excess. All of this raises the same question: what else might have been left on the cutting room floor? Still, for every dropped feature, Rockstar seems to be doubling down on making the gameplay feel more connected, immersive, and human. And nowhere is that more obvious than in how the game handles character interaction, social features, relationships, and mature content. Let's talk about the social side of GTA 6. And no, we don't mean Twitter parody apps. According to the leak, Rockstar's current in-game social media system is still extremely barebones, even this late in development. It exists, but it's not the major gameplay layer some fans expected. That might change before launch, but as of now, it seems like the devs are keeping it minimal, at least early on. But what is making a return is something more impactful: a relationship and morality system, similar to the honor system in Red Dead Redemption 2. Based on leaked clips from 2022, GTA 6 tracks how you interact with the world, and possibly with other characters, affecting how people respond to you. It's subtle but meaningful. Whether you're playing as a cold-blooded criminal or a more calculated operator, the game might actually respond to that. And then there's the obvious question: how mature is this game going to be? Some leaks claimed GTA 6 was going full send on nudity and explicit scenes, but this source says otherwise. Apparently, the game fades to black during steamy moments, pulling the camera away before anything crosses the line. Basically, it's Rockstar's get-out-of-jail-free card for the ratings boards. It makes sense. With GTA 6's massive global spotlight, Rockstar isn't trying to risk a ratings nightmare that limits its audience. The trailers already hinted at this, shots that suggest something adult but never actually show it. So if you were expecting full-blown NC-17 content, you might want to dial it back. But the real depth of GTA 6 might come from how these mechanics tie into gameplay, especially in missions and story moments. And if the next part of the leak is true, we could be in for some of the wildest side characters and plot twists Rockstar has ever pulled off. Wild missions, encounters, and story twists. This is where things get chaotic, in the best way possible. According to the leak, GTA 6 isn't just loading the world with realism and mechanics, it's cranking up the insanity in its missions and encounters. Let's start with the shark. Yes, a spear gun mission, where you shoot a shark underwater. This ties back to the infamous 2022 leaks that showed diving mechanics and ocean life in action. But what we didn't know was that Rockstar might be planning an actual mission where you use a spear gun to take out a predator. It's absurd, it's cinematic, and it's exactly the kind of over-the-top moment that turns into a viral clip. Then there's Donnie, a mysterious friend of Jason's described as a freak who works for a guy named Brian. No one knows who Brian is yet, but the way the source talks about it, this could be a whole subplot. Think Lester meets Trevor energy, unpredictable, possibly hilarious, and potentially vital to certain heists. Now, here's where it gets messy. Lucia, possibly having a kid. Some early leaks, we're talking 2019 to 2020 era, claimed her character was originally written with a child involved in the storyline. But according to this new info, if that element is still in the game at all, it plays no major role, and that's probably for the best, because let's be honest, nobody's trying to juggle a daycare run in between robbing a cartel. There's also mention of a mission where police officers betray each other, and a cut random encounter that referenced Jay Norris, the life invader guy from GTA 5. That encounter's reportedly been deleted, but the idea that Rockstar was once planning callbacks to GTA 5 lore is intriguing. How many other moments like that are hidden in the final build? All signs point to Rockstar stacking GTA 6 with layered characters, cinematic missions, and the kind of unpredictable moments that stick with players for years. But even the best mission design means nothing without smooth movement, sharp controls, and vehicles that feel right. And that's exactly where we're heading next. Driving, combat, and map details. Let's shift gears, literally. One of the most hyped parts of this leak, the driving mechanics. According to insiders, GTA 6's handling is the best it's ever been in the series. That's a bold claim when GTA 5 already nailed the feeling of speed and weight. But if this holds true, we could be looking at next-level realism. Think tighter turns, smarter AI traffic, and vehicles that finally feel different depending on their size, weight, and terrain. Combat's getting an upgrade too, but not exactly the way fans hoped. The cover system, which players hoped would evolve into something more dynamic like The Last of Us Part 2, is reportedly staying classic. One button press, stick to wall, peek and shoot. It works, it's familiar, but it's not revolutionary. The prone mechanic, which could have added a stealthy edge, was cut entirely, and that stings a little. On the upside, Rockstar is reportedly building on Red Dead's gore system. Yep, dismemberment is back, and it's supposedly more brutal than ever. Enemies won't just fall over and disappear. They'll react, stagger, and in some cases, lose limbs in the chaos. It's gritty, intense, and a reminder that GTA 6 isn't just aiming for cinematic storytelling. It's going full tilt into visceral realism. Now let's talk map layout, because this one had the GTA community divided. According to the leak, the GTA 6 map is rectangular, much like GTA 5's, and centered around Vice City. It includes Ambrosia and Port Gorn, two new regions reportedly as big as full cities. And here's the spicy bit. The Florida Panhandle is not included. Despite years of fan mapping projects insisting it was there, multiple sources say Rockstar cut it early on and kept that decision quiet. Also worth noting, the map is an island, and it doesn't feature a mainland connection. This hints at dense, self-contained storytelling, rather than sprawling across states like some fans speculated. Smaller doesn't mean worse. It might actually mean more focused, more packed, and less filler. But even with all of this, one thing remains clear. No one outside Rockstar knows exactly how it all ties together. So what does that mean for the leaks? And should we even believe them? Should we believe any of this? Here's the truth. Even if this leak is legit, we still don't know what will make it into the final game. Rockstar is notorious for cutting, tweaking, and reshuffling features, even deep into development. Some mechanics get dropped entirely, others get hidden until launch, and sometimes leaks are intentionally fed to employees just to track where the information spreads. Yeah, it's that serious. Even the people working on GTA 6 often don't know the full picture. Teams are isolated, siloed, only shown the pieces they're responsible for. That means one dev could spend 5 years working on weapons or AI or interiors, without ever knowing how the story ends or what the final map looks like. So, should we believe this leak? Honestly, some of it? Probably. All of it? No way. But that's what makes it exciting. A lot of what was leaked lines up with Rockstar's patterns. Grounded realism, cinematic missions, detailed worlds, and streamlined mechanics. Some of the claims have even been confirmed by trailers after they were first leaked. That's not nothing. Still, it's important to remember, GTA 6 isn't just another game. It's the most anticipated title of the decade. That means every rumor, every detail, every blurry screenshot is going to get dissected, questioned, and hyped beyond belief. In the end, only one thing matters: what Rockstar actually ships. And with the release creeping closer, we won't have to rely on whispers for much longer. But until then, what do you think? Are these leaks legit? Are they just next-level fan fiction? And what's the one feature you hope actually makes it into the final game? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next big GTA 6 update.